Last night we stayed at a Walmart in La Grande, Oregon. The snow is really nice around here. Stark contrast from the desert in Arizona. It snowed a little bit this morning, and we've been getting pretty much consistent snowfall daily as we travel up north. We're still on our way back up to Coeur d'Alene, but first we're going to stop in Eastern Washington and visit my grandmother because it's her 90th birthday tomorrow, so there's going to be a big family celebration. Moses Lake in Washington, and we found a Walmart and they allow overnight stays, so we're gonna stay the night here. Eireen took the boys in to get some more groceries, and while they're in the store, I'm gonna stay here and check out something that happened with the water pump. We had to turn the switch off for the water pump because the pump was just going nuts. It was just vibrating and making tons of noise. I mean, it does that a lot even when it's working normally, but I mean, it was making a lot of noise and it wasn't turning off. Even when we weren't using the water, it was still running and making lots of noise. So the water pump is under the bed along with the freshwater tank. So there's the water pump, and that screw that's laying on the floor is a problem. There's also a pile of metal dust right there. That screw's coming out. There's a screw missing right there. Basically, it looks like a bunch of screws may have just gotten stripped out and just fell out of the holes. So let's see. Oh wow, that's loose. Yeah, that pump is like coming apart. Let's see, I'm gonna turn off the water just in case something bad happens. Yeah, that thing is coming apart. I can't even see if there's a screw there. Yeah, there's two screws on that side and then two screws on the other side holding it to the floor. I think I'm gonna have to take it off the floor first. I can't even see what I'm doing. That's the screw that fell out. Oh, that's the screw that fell almost all the way out. This sure would be a whole lot easier to do if the mattress wasn't sitting on here. There's just nowhere to put it. There's another screw that fell out. This is just all over the place. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this up so that I can try to get a screwdriver back in here and see if I can possibly screw those screws back into the holes. That is, if the holes aren't all stripped out, then that would work. But if they are stripped out, then I'll probably have to get a new pump. Hi.
Hi.
What do you think, huh?
Wow.
Yep, that's the broken water pump.
Oh,
yeah.
Putting meat under.
Yeah, it is.
Good.
Is it cold outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen in there.
Yeah, you have. You see in there all the time. You just don't remember. How am I gonna do this? Oh, there we go. Ooh. Huh. So that's the shaft for the motor, and it looks okay. The motor appears to be fine. So this is the actual pump where the motor connects to. And it looks like an isolated thing so that the water doesn't actually come out when you take the motor off. Okay, so to test to see if these holes are stripped out, which they kind of look like they are, but the screws go through the pump and into this motor housing and they screw in like this.
This is a round.
I just lost a washer. They don't want to go in easy, so that's good. I might just be able to retighten them. I think I'm gonna try doing that. Oops. All right, I got the mattress off of the bed. I leaned it up against the wall. I had to put the slide out so there's enough room. Now I just need to take off this board here, and then I'll be able to access the pump a whole lot easier. All right, let's see what we got here. I put some towels under here because I'm gonna have to unscrew this and it might get a little bit wet. So just looking at where the motor shaft connects into where the pump is, the bearing seems to be working really good. It's really smooth. That's nice. I'm glad that the bearing is good. Likely the problem was that the screws just wiggled out and fell out, and then the motor shaft came out of this hole and it just started making noise when it came out. So I'm just gonna undo this hose right here. That is tight. I need something else. All right, pliers. All right, not a whole lot of water. Okay, now the moment of truth. Let's see if this thing can go back together. All right. That's what I thought. Trying to tighten it with the screwdriver and they don't tighten up. No, that one does. 3 screws tightened up just fine. This one is stripped out, and that might be just good enough until we can figure something else out. All right, I'm gonna stick that back on. All right, that's tight. I guess I can screw it back to the floor. All right, let's see if it works. Seems to be doing all right. It's not making lots of noise. That's actually really quiet. I think those screws have been working their way out for a long time because I don't think it's ever been that quiet before.
Wow, you did it.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. How'd you do that?
Well, I put those screws back together.
And tight.
And now it's tight. Yep.
Do not do that again?
No, we're not going to do it again. I'm really glad that I was able to put those screws back in. Well, 3 out of 4, but it works good enough for now until I can figure out how to fix it more appropriately. I could either order a new pump or just get a size bigger screw and just re-tap the holes. I'm just glad it's working now because we were not able to use our water. All right, I'm gonna put this bed back together and go have dinner and put the kids in bed. Parked over at my grandmother's house and stayed the night. Yesterday was her 90th birthday and she was really happy that her grandkids could come and see her. And we're really glad that we could come too. It was fun seeing our family after being gone for so long. We still have a long drive ahead of us today still. We're gonna make it back to Coeur d'Alene today.
But at the same time, I think I'm pretty ready. I mean, we spent 7 days driving every day trying to get back home, and so I think I'm pretty ready to just stop driving.
Yeah, it's gonna be good to be back, to be in one spot for a while without driving. Normally when we travel, we try to take a day break every once in a while, but the last week or so, we've been just driving every day and it's been really rough on us. Just an update on the water pump situation. It seems to be working really good so far. No screws are falling out or anything. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it and make sure that it stays working properly. And when we're stationary, we don't even use it because we're connected to water. But probably before we go out on another trip next time, I definitely want to try to fix that more permanently, because that would be a worse situation if it failed again while we're on the road or while we're boondocking and away from any hardware stores or anything. So it's definitely something that I want to get fixed before we end up in one of those situations. Look at that yummy sandwich. Eireen's been making these. These are really good. What's in there?
Irish butter.
Irish butter and Havarti cheese, turkey on a ciabatta roll, and it's really good. Driveway. Okay, well, we made it up the hill. Now we just need to try to park. Looks like the elk are happy to see us. Oh my, 4,600 miles in the winter, and we haven't needed snow chains yet, except when we get back to the driveway and try to park. The turkeys are happy to see us.
Now that all the animals are watching, John faces double pressure to get the chains on fast. Are there instructions somewhere on there, honey? Let's take a look. 12 steps to putting chains on.
There's only 6.
Oh, well, that sounds easier then. Everybody's watching you. Stop! Now what?
Alright, well, we'll put the other one on the other side and see what happens.
Think this is gonna work?
It's our last chance.
It's going. Go. A little bit more. Can you do more? Why stop?
Leveling blocks worked good for sticking under the wheels. Thank you, Eireen, for that idea.
So we got that chain out, and are we gonna try to do this again?
Yes.
Is it damaged?
Yeah, just that rubber thing broke, but I can go get a bungee cord to replace it.
So slight damage to the chain.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, honey.
Yeah.
Look at the bright side. By the time this is over, you'll be a pro at installing the chains. It's working! Stop! Are you able to reattach them?
Yeah, it wasn't sitting on them this time, so.
Oh, good. Do you think it's because this wheel is working harder?
Working harder?
Well, you know, because you're trying to turn towards this direction.
No, I don't think that's why. I'm working harder on it.
Well, see, but look, you need no instructions anymore.
Yeah, maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Okay, I'll go get the instructions. Okay, let's go get the instructions just in case we need to know something important. Are you doing it right?
Yeah.
All right, let's try this again, huh?
Yeah.
Go! Woohoo!
All right, we did it. Now we gotta figure out how to level it.
Oh, yeah. But here it is on the hill.
All right, we got the motorhome leveled enough. It's not perfect, but there's like a sheet of ice underneath the wheels, and I had to dig out the ice to get down to the gravel driveway. There wasn't this much snow when we left. What do you think, Theo? Touch the snow. It's up to your waist. Watch your head. Don't bump your head on one.
Oh, those are really big. Ooh.
That's an icicle, Theo. It's kind of dry to make a snowball, huh?
Those are really long.
Yeah, those are really, really long icicles.
What are you doing, honey?
Trying to find our extension cord. It's under here somewhere.
I'm so glad we're done and we get to be inside and warm up. It was really, really cold outside and it started getting dark, so we got done just in time, right?
Yeah, we'll finish up tomorrow. We have to dig the hose out of the snow pile and connect it, but we'll work on it tomorrow.
Right, but for tonight we're good. We're happy to be back and we're looking forward to waking up tomorrow morning and knowing we do not have to drive anywhere.
Yeah, so we're gonna settle in for the night and we'll see you next time. Bye.